Winston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya! Creature features, and all creatures, and all creatures! And the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
The great Bertrand Russell once quipped, "War does not determine who is right, only who is left." And truer words were never said, unless one might be referring to Halloween Wars, and in that particular case, war is spectacular. Welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. With me is the major domo of my magnificent estate, the laudable Mr. Livingston. And over to this side would be my lovely housemate, Mrs. O'Connor. Why is the housekeeper stood in the very spot where Tangela typically stands?
She claims that Miss Tangela had to run an errand and asked her to take her place.
That seems somewhat rather uncharacteristic for the girl.
Indeed.
I suspect Mrs. O'Connor might have locked her in the cellar again, and should she manage to escape, there shall be hell to pay.
No doubt.
No need to worry. I double-bolted the cellar door.
She'll simply remove the pins from the door's hinges.
Enough about the frivolities of this bloody household. Instead, let us chat about our guest. For joining us tonight will be the talented artist James Hall. If you've ever seen the program Halloween Wars on the Food Network, you might have seen some of his impressive work. But carving pumpkins is only one item on a long list of talents. He's also a sculptor, illustrator, and prop maker as well. He'll show us some of his works and tell us tales about his battles on Halloween Wars as we watch The Stepford Wives from 1975.
I think I'm gonna get back.
As I was saying, we will present The Stepford Wives from 1975, starring Catherine Ross, Patrick O'Neill, and Tina Louise. Livingston, did you know that Tina was Ginger on Gilligan's Island?
I preferred Marianne.
The story revolves around a happy couple that move into a town called Stepford, where the wives are somewhat rather unusual. Watch for murder, mystery, and robots in this fabulous film from the 1970s. And don't go away, for it is to be another night of creepy lady fright, right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned. The Voyage Ends. Look, now, The Voyage Ends for Star Trek. This is actually not. 1994. Look at this. Who's giving me the old TV guides? Here I'm reading these bloody things, and I think they're current. James Hall. How are you?
I am very well, thank you.
You made it up. You know, this bloke's been on television before, more than once. How many episodes of Halloween Wars did you do?
Oh, geez. I think I've done 10 episodes of it.
10
2
episodes.
seasons total with 2 different teams. I was lucky I was the first person to get to win it twice. That was mostly luck, though. I had really good teammates.
You can go back and win again.
You can. When they need a pumpkin carver, and big surprise, professional pumpkin carving is kind of a small world.
Now, imagine if they did that for that single show. So the bloke comes on, he gets a wife, and then he comes back next season. He's like, "Oh, I don't like this one. I'd like to try again." Right? No, the pumpkin carving show is the only show you could do like that, right?
I would think so. I mean, any of the dating shows, you can do that. There are people like that out there, but That seems like a lot of work.
So this is on the Food Network, so you're like the Guy Fieri of pumpkins.
Well, with less
Right.
hair. Yeah.
Right. You know, he lives around here.
Really?
No, I saw him going once driving by, and all I saw was the top of his head, the hair. But no, somebody told me it was him. So anyway, you're in good company here. Anyways, welcome back to the show. It's going to be a fun night. We've got the Stepford Wives, which you're quite familiar with this film.
I am. I got to watch that not too long ago. It's a classic that I had not
It is.
seen in some time.
Did you ever see the remake?
I did not.
You know, I did, and I was not impressed. It has Nicole Kidman. I think it has Nicole Kidman. No. Yes, Nicole Kidman. But, it lacked the terror of the previous version. It was more like a comedy, it seemed.
A lot of remakes, ever since the remake of The Fog, I've kind of shied away from remakes.
I don't blame you. No. The original Fog was wonderful, and the new Fog was not so good. Anyways, we're going to take a look at some of the items you've made, because you don't just carve pumpkins on Food Network shows. You make some amazing stuff. I could see the stack over there of things you've brought. Even some armor. You're going to model some armor for us.
I will.
So there's going to be all kinds of exciting things happening here. And of course, we've got the film. So we're going to have fun. Shall we start?
Oh, please do.
All right, off we go to the Stepford Wives, 1975. Don't you dare go away, because if you do, I'll be sad. This is absolutely fantastic. What is this?
That is Diabolus from Final Fantasy VIII, a video game that I really enjoy.
So you would be the only one who has created a physical form of this particular...
I think we've made some small toys of it, but I didn't like the way they looked. I wanted something that was a little bit more realistic and maybe a bit more accurate.
This is incredible.
Well, thank you. It's sculpted in clay, then I made molds of individual parts, cast it in resin, assembled it together, and spent a lot of time painting it.
Wow. And he's actually blue and red like this. Mm-hmm. He looks like Spider-Man has gone devilish. And these guys, I recognize this one, Wei Yun. Mm-hmm. Look, let's get a close-up of Wei Yun. This is fantastic. So you literally just carved this looking at a photo?
Whenever I do portrait sculpts, the first thing is to find a whole load of reference photos online. You try to look at them from every angle, profile, kind of three-quarters, and you spend loads of time sculpting this little bit of clay and hope that next time you watch the TV show, it looks right, because sometimes you sculpt it and it doesn't.
Mission accomplished, young man.
Well, thank you.
No, well done. And this is from a video game, right? No?
That one's from an anime cartoon, Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, Dragon Ball. I should know this.
It is a realistic version of Vegeta.
I've always wanted to do my hair like this. I think it would be nice, wouldn't it? Not?
I used to have a hairline that was very much like that, and it did not last.
I think it would require some plugs of some kind for me. And this one, I know him. He's from Galaxy Quest.
That's right.
And what was his character's name?
He's playing, I think, Alexander Dane playing Dr. Lazarus.
Right. Yes. No, he was great. And this was...
Alan Rickman.
And he's no longer with us.
Sadly, no.
What happened to him? He had such a promising career.
They were planning on doing a TV show based on Galaxy Quest, but sadly he died before they really got filming on it.
And they scrapped it just because he was gone. That would have been a good show.
I would have watched it.
No, I definitely would have as well. All right, well, what do you say we get back to the Stepford Wives? When we come back after mail, we will take a peek at some other item of yours, right?
Sounds good.
All right, you guys stick around. We're going to get back to the film, and when we come back, mail, and then after that, something new. See you soon.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeaturesStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to the... I'll address this in a moment. Welcome back to the program. We're going to do some letters because James stepped away to get a thing, right?
A series of things.
No, I think he went to get one thing. So James is off to get one thing, so we're going to do some mail, but are you like a glutton for punishment? I mean, you've already been injured once. You know, she's going to show up any moment now, and she's going to kill you.
Well, at least I wouldn't be working anymore.
Oh, is this all just some way of applying some unemployment?
Actually, I'm just going for health insurance.
Goodness, we provide adequate health insurance, do we not?
Yes, we do.
A Band-Aid on a table is not adequate health insurance.
She's seeking injury, workman's compensations.
No, I just want dental.
Dental. Well, you're going to have no teeth left if you keep invading her space. I'd be careful if I was you. Anyways, how about some mail, Mr. Livingston?
We have a letter from the Schultz family. I believe I'm pronouncing that
family.
properly.
Oh, there we go. I consider yourself lucky this time. Welcome back, Tangela. Thank you for bringing your shears. So this is from the Schultz. We've heard from them before, right?
I believe so.
Have we not? In Akron, Ohio.
Ohio.
They live on Nome Avenue, and there's no G in Nome on that avenue. All right. Thank you, Creature Features. From the Schultz, let's find out what you have sent us. Ooh, look, they found a sticker that says Creature Features. Isn't that nice? All right. What have we here? This is from the Schultz, and they say, me and my family love watching your late night horrors. Sometimes we giggle and shriek at them, too. You should see her giggle and shriek. She does at the same time. We love seeing Mr. Livingston and Tangela's funny shenanigans. Also, me and my family, mostly my dad, would really enjoy having a signed poster. Have we done a poster yet?
Not quite.
No, we did one a long time ago, just a tiny one. We're working on the poster thing. Or maybe there's one in the store. I don't know. You know,
Go
I'm
check
not
it.
much of a merchandising person. I also have a short movie request. I would sometime like to see Godzilla from 1954. I would really love it, and I would make me have a lot of joy, stay creepy and fun from the Schultz family. We tried getting Godzilla, and they keep telling us no. So maybe someday,
Perhaps.
right? Maybe in 50 years, when it's in the public domain or something like that, we can show it. But or when we have more money. You know, that's what it takes is money. Anyways, thanks for writing, Schultz family, and we hope all is well in Akron.
Salisbury, Maryland.
She has a very satisfied look on her face, and that worries me. I think she's booby-trapped Mrs. O'Connor's chambers.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No. Well, could you play? She locked her in the bleeding cellar. The girl goes down to get something, an item, and she throws the bolt on the door. You know, I like Mrs. O'Connor, but I think she has a suicide pact with herself.
She makes bold choices, I have
She
to
does.
say.
All right, Ben Chesledine in Salisbury, Maryland says, Dear Sir Livingston, Master Vincent. See, I told you Master Vincent. That's what people used to call me in the UK. He just says Vandal. He goes, hey, Vandal, like I'm in the Marines or something. Big thank you for having such a fun and educational program. Are we an educational program?
We teach people what not to do.
I think not her. Please announce if you ever make it to the East Coast of the USA. I will try my best not to be an extreme idiot if I miss any of you. I doubt you would be an idiot. We would be the idiots. A couple of questions I hope can be eventually addressed. What is each of your favorite movies? Oh, that's a long... You never get a good answer. You always get the same answer from him. I'm not even going to ask. And your favorite movie? She likes them all or she hates them all. It's one or the other. And my favorite movie would probably be Napoleon Dynamite.
It would be.
No, it could be. You know, I just recently watched Gentlemen Broncos, done by the same blokes. You know, it's a nice movie, but I think they should have made the movie about the story in the book that the movie is about. You need to watch it. He'll hate it, but you should watch it. Trust me. All right. I would say Creature of the Black Lagoon, but that is a documentary that I wrote a paper on, yet I still graduated. Do any of you prefer black and white or color films? Color for me, black and white for him, and I think she likes anything. Good Lord, this is like a survey. I wonder if he's like filling out an application for us for some type of service or something like that. What movie in Creature Features history has your favorite soundtrack? Oh, good Lord, I don't know. Horror Party Beach is still playing occasionally in Florida. Do you need a bass player? No, I have a bass player.
Yes, we do.
Unless it says bass. Maybe he needs a bass player because he's in Florida, right? No, he's in Maryland. Maybe he's a bass player. He plays the large fish.
Oh,
Well, it's
dear.
spelled. I never know because bass and bass are spelled the same way.
English is a funny language.
It's a funny spelled language. Are there any surf horror movies involved? When was the last time we showed a surf horror movie? Wasn't it at Island Claws? Wasn't that sort of
Something like that.
Yeah.
Or
All right, sorry for the interrogation, but you have my severe interest going. I do subscribe on YouTube. When time and money permit, I will get something from your shop. But that'd be nice. Thank you again, and hope I am not a pain. No, you are not. Thank you very much. You said there was something else enclosed? Maybe. There's a secondary item that I did not see. Oh. So, here's his business card. Very nice. All right. Stay out of trouble, sir. Next up, Mr.
this
Livingston.
one from Mary Robbins.
Mary Robbins with one B. It's not typical to see that. Typically, it's two B's.
Or not to
To
be.
be or not to be. Hi, Vincent Livingston, and of course, Tangela. I'm Mary from Ardmore, Oklahoma. I've been watching your show for a good while now, and I love it so much. Tangela is, of course, my favorite. Of course she is. That's because she doesn't irritate your ears like I do. So much so that I worked incredibly hard to make my own Tangela costume. It took me a long time to make the wig, and I'm not nearly as cute as Tangela, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. I would love your input on how to make this even better, and also want to know if you plan on going to any horror cons near Oklahoma. Anywho, I love you all. Keep up the great work. And oh, look at this. This is wonderful. No, she did a great job. All right, so on the question, we're not doing any horror cons this year. We're too busy, right?
Too busy.
We've got things.
Lots
We
of
need to
things.
figure out how to do cons and fit that in. But Mary, look at Mary. Mary as Tangela. We'll put a big one up. I think she did a fine job, did she not? Although her hair looks like spaghetti and yours looks like top ramen. That's the only suggestion I would make. If you need to go buy a wig, find one that looks like spaghetti, thick, or is that fettuccine? I don't know. But hers looks like ramen. It's curly. Right. But no, other than that, she even got the gloves down. You know, most of the time the gloves she wears are simply socks that she cut the ends off of. Ridiculous. Thank you for writing, Mary. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Well, if you'd like to send mail of your own, visit hellocreaturefeatures.com and those instructions on how to send us a mail, how to send us a package, how to send us a truckload of turnips.
Oh, dear.
No, I already asked for that. How about a truckload of crocodiles from Florida? Now, Florida viewers, send us a truckload of crocodiles and Mr. Livingston will sort it all out. Right?
No.
Wrong. All right. We'll be right back with James Hall, but first let's get back to the Stepford Wives. See you soon. Friends, don't forget we've got a second YouTube channel. It's at cfextras.com. You'll find all the extra stuff we create there, so don't miss out. Subscribe today. James Hall Halloween Wars winner. Do you know Catherine Ross is married to that bloke with the mustache, the Texan guy? What's his name?
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. She's been married to him for a long time. No, and also, she's from San Francisco.
Really?
Right, yeah. That's what our director says. He might be fooling me, but he usually doesn't. He's typically quite accurate. So, the Terminator. You brought the Terminator for us.
If the Terminator was made on a budget of about $20, yeah.
I love it. And this is, you have a remote.
I do.
And you can make this do things.
Yeah, I originally built this thing for pumpkin carving because I wanted to learn a little bit about animatronics.
Right.
And I wanted something that I could glue pumpkin to and make it move.
Oh, my goodness. So this was originally attached to a pumpkin.
Yeah, you could see some of the pumpkin gut residue.
And it's used an actual pumpkin.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
And I found out super glue works really well with pumpkin. So
you can glue things to a pumpkin with super glue on the inside.
Yep. You can actually take two pieces of pumpkin, and if the face of it's too flat, you need to extend the nose out, put a little bit of super glue on there, dab it on there, and it'll stick almost
Tricks
instantly.
of the trade from a Halloween master. You know, we should be doing this in October.
I think we should. Yeah.
You need to come back before October so that people can do their pumpkins properly. We should have a full thing where you have 5 pumpkins, and we'll have a contest, but you'll win every single contest because you'll be the only contestant.
An excuse to mix horror movies and pumpkin carving is always good for me.
That's right. So you've got moving eyes, moving jaw, lights.
Yep.
And this is all looks like remote car servo stuff.
It is. It's about $15 worth of the cheapest servos I could find online. And just scraps of metal and wood that I had laying around.
I love it, and it's like chicken wire. How wonderful! Well, no wonder he's on Halloween Wars. Have you done any other shows besides that one?
I got to be on Outrageous Pumpkins last year, but I had to leave after the first episode because of illness. And I got to do Food Network Challenge and The Big Bake. One of them.
So these are different shows on the same network.
Yep.
See, I told you he's going to be the new Guy Fieri of Halloween for the Food Network. No, you should be, right? I mean,
well, I don't have the hair or probably as much energy.
That's a good thing. No, it's a good thing you don't have the hair. All right, what do you say we get back to the Stepford Wives? When we come back, we're going to take a look at another one of your items, right?
Great.
All right, off we go to the Stepford Wives. Don't go away. It gets spooky and scary and ridiculous at some point.
This is Lynn in Salem, Oregon. I was wondering if you'd ever consider showing The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price. And does Andrew do handyman work for free? Thank you.
It would appear that all the women in Stepford are becoming a bit too perfect. But we've got a cure for that, do we not? No, Tangella would have a cure. You cannot allow Tangella to see this. Because she will either steal it from you, or she shall steal my wallet and go purchase one. So
is a lot of fun. Yeah.
Is this a professional pumpkin device, or is this simply a survival machete?
It can be pretty much anything you want it to be. I found out anything pointy can be a pretty good pumpkin carving tool.
So, say a ballpoint pen.
Yeah, I can see that. You can use poke holes, maybe draw a design on. Yeah.
Right. And fill in maybe letters if you want. Mm-hmm. This is wonderful. So he made this for us several years ago, and you mailed it in, and it was like, we opened up the box, we're like, oh my goodness, why is it not rotten? But it turns out it's a styrofoam pumpkin. I never knew they made styrofoam pumpkins so nice.
Yeah,
Do you do a lot of those?
Not as many as I'd like. They take a good bit of time to carve. The natural ones, the good and the bad of them is their lifespan.
Right.
Because you can carve into them, they're nice and soft, they carve very quickly. You have to be as fast as possible because as soon as you cut it, the clock is ticking on them.
Right.
So
It's a good thing you don't do apples.
Oh, I do
They turn
sometimes.
brown right away.
They do, although that can look kind of cool.
Now, did you ever make those little apple head dolls?
I did not. I've carved little monster heads out of apples just for the fun of it. But.
Right. No, I remember there was a phase when I was in grade school, and all the lads and all the lasses were making these little apple head doll things. I think it was part of an art class that we did. And
I made a doll of the Terminator out of steel wire that had working joints, covered it in clay to make it have skin, and then set it on fire with WD-40 and a match so I can see the skin melt off and the robot underneath.
How wonderful. How old were you when you did this?
Oh, I was 9 or 10.
Wonderful. No, this is how Tangella started.
I still feel bad for my parents.
You're lucky you went down a good path using it for good. She uses her skills for evil.
Well, as long as it looks cool at the end of the day, then
No, I don't know. You know, we've managed to dodge a few lawsuits.
I got away with some things too. I got good at running away.
Right. What's all this?
These are things that I've actually made for pumpkin carving because a lot of time
you would wear this belt.
I would
on the show.
This knife is one that my grandfather gave me,
Oh,
and
good Lord, let me see this one.
I found out that it's excellent for pumpkin carving. So I found blades that I liked, but
all with the same motif.
I actually made the handles. I sculpted it out.
You
and
made the
cast it,
handles.
and then carved out the
I
aluminum.
think you're in the wrong business, mate. Look at this is gorgeous.
Well, I learned to make the sheaths as well, and I made the scabbards for the
He makes everything.
saws.
If you go to his website, what's your website again?
JamesHallCreations.com.
JamesHallCreations.com. Go take a look while you're watching the show. All the things he makes, because you do the sculptures and you also do illustration as well, right?
I do. I've worked with computer art. I've done some illustrations. I like painting, sculpting with clay, pumpkin carving. I decided that metalworking would be fun.
Jack of all trades, master of none. Better than being a master of one. You know that's a full saying.
That's a pretty good one.
No. Everybody thinks, being a jack of all trades is a bad thing until you hear the last part, which they never mention.
When I got into prop making as a job, that turned out to be the best thing you can be as a jack of all trades.
Right.
You know a good bit about everything. I specialize in sculpture, but
I mean, who would have thought, let's use these actuators to make the eyes move in this thing. So this thing here, this watermelon, do you eat these after you display them, or are they too rotten to?
usually I don't eat them just because with the pumpkins, once you carve them, you've got 2 days of displaying them,
but
and then they're
pumpkin is
gone.
not typically something you would eat, whereas a watermelon.
Well, this is actually my second time carving a watermelon, so I don't really have much experience. I'd imagine they would be eaten afterwards.
Right, or tossed from a window.
That too,
A
also
pie.
fun.
There you go. No, I'm channeling Tangella again, because that's what she would do. She'd go to the highest building she could find, and she would wait for a...
I used to go in the backyard with my brother after the holidays, and if we had any gorge left over, I also went to the mall and bought a samurai sword. So one of us would throw it.
Oh, how
and
fun.
yeah.
No, that's good backyard fun. Tangella has a trebuchet. So she takes all of our pumpkins and she launches them at John Provost's home down the hill. You know John Provost, Timmy and Lassie, right? No. And I visited his house recently, and the whole side of his house has pumpkin seeds.
Are there specific spots she likes to aim for, or just kind of any part of it in general?
Her goal is to hit him, and if not him, the house. And she's succeeded in doing both, sadly. All right, what do you say we get back to this film, and then when we come back, we're going to see you in uniform.
Indeed.
All right, off we go to the Stepford Wives. Don't go away, because if you did, that would anger Tangella, and you don't want to be on her bad side.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you. I need a vacation.
So this is the way it's going to be, huh? Hello, welcome back. I am with The Mandalorian, or at least a nice variation of The Mandalorian. No, I'm kidding. It's James Hall hiding under the Mandalorian costume. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But first, this film, Paula Prentice, who's in this film, she did an interview with somebody and they said, oh, so men like women who are easily controlled, and her response was, only the dumb ones. No, well, I suppose that's a pretty good response. Anyways, we will get back to and finish that movie soon, but tell us more. I don't think I can hear you with the helmet on. Reveal yourself, Mandalorian. Oh, there we go. You built this entire costume.
I did. I always wanted Mandalorian armor. So when my job got some metalworking tools, I decided I really need to learn how to hammer out steel. So I made a suit of armor out of bits of scrap steel we had laying around the shop.
This is incredible.
I couldn't find boots that I thought worked with it, so I learned how to make boots. So
I would venture to guess that the actual Mandalorian suit is made out of fiberglass or something like that.
It's most likely vacuum-formed pieces and a lot of L200 foam pieces glued together.
So this is a real Mandalorian costume, whereas the one you see on that silly program is fake.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know if it's bulletproof, but it's pretty protective.
No, you can go to some bad neighborhoods today wearing that. Now, you were showing me the thing that popped out on this side. That's incredible.
Yeah, I've been wanting to turn the taser into something that's functional to have that Jacob's ladder effect. But
and is that what happens on the program?
They have a little bit where the electricity arcs between the two forks. But to do that, I need to up the voltage to a point where I don't know enough about electricity to make it safe.
Right.
So that's going to take some more reading.
From what I understand, it's large capacitors. Right. Yeah, and just don't touch your skin with them.
The problem is I'm coated in a metal shell while using electricity, so it might be problematic.
No climbing ladders and doing electrical work. So this side has what appears to be a blowtorch.
It is. I ripped apart a propane torch and put it in here, and I'm working on making that functional, so it should have not as dramatic a flamethrower as on the show, but something pretty fun.
Pro tip. The electricity is a bit safer than the gas and the flame.
Well, as a kid, I had more experience playing with fire than electricity, so...
All right. Well, fire, bad things come from fire sometimes.
True.
So the helmet you banged out as well.
I did.
That's incredible, because I've seen replicas of this helmet. In fact, our director, Tom Wersch, has one. Very nice, but that looks real.
Yeah, it pretty much is. The whole thing is steel. I made everything to fit me specifically. The
As
helmet,
you should.
Yeah, it gets really uncomfortable wearing steel if it's jabbing at you in the wrong way.
Right. And you said this helmet has a fan inside.
It does. It has a little fan that I mounted in there, so I can turn it on with a switch.
Oh, no, that's completely understandable.
Oh, yeah.
Does it fog up, too?
So far, not yet. It's got decent ventilation, and with the fan, I think that helps.
Right.
I discovered walking around on Halloween night with it that it's hard to see in the dark. So what I might do is mount a little IR camera up here. So when it drops down, it'll have night vision.
Nice. Or you could just make the lens interchangeable with like a transparent one, maybe.
I could, but then you could see the eyes. They're just not as good.
Oh, we don't want this. No, that's no good. Unless you like put the appropriate makeup on, maybe, or like a very thin, like nylon type. No, you put a nylon on your head like you're going to rob a bank.
Oh,
Which
I
you
could do
could
that.
rob a bank dressed like this. Imagine robbing a bank dressed like this. I bet you they'd give you all the money and they would applaud when you left. Look at me. No, don't do this. Don't do crime. No crime. No crime allowed. Anyways, let's get back to this film because we have to wrap it up. But when we come back, we're going to find out what you're doing next. And we'll give his website out again. And then Tangelo will be here. So don't sneak off. Tangelo will be here. And you know what happens if you're not here and Tangelo's here. Trouble. See you soon. Hello friends, Tangela and I would like to take a moment to compel you to join Creature Features TV. It is our new streaming service that offers you early access to Creature Features from your computer or your favorite set-top device. You can see the full archive of Creature Feature episodes, movies we've yet to present on the show, a library of items from the original program, plus many other items you won't find anywhere else. Your small yet generous subscription fee not only supports the operation of the service, but actually helps finance the creation of our show. It's a very inexpensive way to ensure that we'll be able to continue producing Creature Features for years to come. Not to mention it'll keep Tangela out of making mischief and wreaking havoc in the village as well. So please visit CreatureFeaturesTV.com to learn more. And thank you so much for your support. You do cause trouble.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
You know, I've seen this movie prior. I knew she was going to become a Stepford wife. You knew too. You know, last time we showed this film, she dressed up like a Stepford wife, sort of.
I remember that.
No, she looked quite nice. She got out of a frock for one night and put on a nice dress and had a nice little wig, and she looked like something out of the 60s maybe, right? Little housewife. Anyways, wonderful film. We'll show it again in a couple of years. Well, maybe not. Maybe we'll show the new one next time.
Oh, the Matthew Broderick one?
Is that the way? He was in that one?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right. No, but it's more of a comedy. I don't know if it'd be apropos. Yeah. Anyways, James Hall, what's next for you?
Oh, well, I'm continuing to make prop things. I'm doing some things with Knott's Berry Farm through a prop making studio. I will probably be showing up in pumpkin carving festivals come this fall.
This is a thing.
It is.
I've never heard of them. They don't do them up here, do they?
They do some, but I think there's quite a few more in LA.
Well, you know, I don't know what I think about that because you're like a television-approved professional winner, and now you're going to go up against 12-year-old Bobby with his classical jack-o'-lantern. Aren't you going to feel a bit bad?
Well, I think it's more of an exhibition. I don't think I'm actually competing against anyone. I'm just there to show off and play with pumpkins.
No, you know what? You're at the level where you should be a judge now.
I would very much love to be a judge in any of those shows.
No, you'd be the judge. You'd be the judge. But you seem like a kind man, and I could see you giving it to like the really bad pumpkin just because you feel bad for the lad who carved it.
Oh, I think so. Although there's got to be something entertaining by the idea of going out and flipping the table over and screaming.
That would be fun, yes. No, just like, what's his head? The cook guy?
Oh, what, Gordon Ramsay?
Right. Doesn't he do things like that? He yells at them.
He can get pretty high volume.
I don't see you yelling at anyone. Maybe I see her yelling at somebody. All right. Well, that's wonderful. Your website one more time is?
JamesHallCreations.com.
JamesHallCreations.com. Go check out. Can they buy anything from you?
No, not at the moment. Although I'm usually open for any kind of pumpkin carving commissions.
Send a request for an autographed photo. And then you should make a couple of dollars on autographed photos. Then you can,
Well, I can carve my name into a pumpkin and just mail it off to them.
Oh, no, that you'd have to charge a fee for that. Right. No, all right. All right, well, thank you so much for coming on the show. And next time you're in town, you come see us, all right?
Definitely.
All right, and as far as you guys are concerned, thank you so much for watching our silly program. We know you could have been doing something productive like carving pumpkins of your own, but instead you stayed here and watched us and enjoyed James and enjoyed Ted Jella and enjoyed this film, hopefully, and tolerated me. And for that reason, we love you, and hopefully we'll see you next week. So, James, I'm thinking, could I commission you to build a costume like this for me?